San Antonio FC and Sacramento Republic FC will eventually play tonight in San Antonio, but we're currently under a weather delay. Keep it tuned in to SAFC's social media channels for the most up-to-date news on this delay and when kickoff will possibly be sometime tonight from Toyota Field.
The players. Shop USL.com. Check out brand new tees, hoodies, novelty items, and more of your favorite USL team at shopusl.com by scanning the QR code now.
SNL behind the scenes where they show the director of the time and stuff? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well,
And more, all on Series XM FC 157 in the new Series XM app. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play at your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. And more, all on Series XM FC 157 in the new 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play at your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get
Well, I feel like he would go with a 4-2-3-1, but what they gave us was a 4-4-2, but I like what I see there a lot better. I think he would want Hernandez a little. Well, actually, hold on. Well,
So
I don't think they'd want Hernandez so defensive. I think they'd want him as a number 7, like where Hawkinson is. I think they would switch him there.
this is
Or
what
put Hawkinson where 18. Yeah. For right first swap Hawkinson and Hernandez. And then switch Hawkinson and Soto. If you're going to go 4-2-3-1. Which I'm going to turn this around.
And lineups are brought to you by Rico's. HEB is halftime stats. Great.
Oh, go back. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. No, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me just so I can visualize it. Yeah, perfect. Cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that sounds like makes a lot more sense to me for this game.
One of these days we'll get you a box so I don't have to have squat.
Right. Dang, every time we forget.
I thought
and we
about
had time
I
this
thought
time.
about it, but like you were so busy with other stuff that I was like, I'm not going to bother her with that. I can half squat for her
Well.
next time.
It might be Jorge here, but I bet that is what it is. I bet Jorge is. Well, I don't know. I got to get used to Diogo's number. Everyone else is like committed.
Pacheco. Diogo Pacheco.
Also, it's Harvey is his first name. It's another one. Mitch. Krog. Buckmaster.
Great. Yeah, do we have a kickoff time? It's estimated, I guess, but just so I could kind of think of how long the delay will end up going off the top of my head. About an hour delay. That's fine. Okay. Oh, great. Okay. segment of Katie's breakdown wraps, I wrap it up and say lineups and kickoff when we come back on FanDuel? Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
The San Antonio Sky putting on a show this evening, costing an hour weather delay here, but a beautiful sky here right as we warm up between San Antonio FC and Sacramento FC as we look at USL Championship Western Conference standings. You see San Antonio FC right there in second place, not too far behind Tulsa and Sacramento Republic. Entering July in 8th place, has worked their way all the way up to 4th thanks to an undefeated July. And as we turn the calendar to August, certainly some fireworks to happen as we head towards the playoff push in USL Championship. Hello, everyone. I'm Carl Schoening along with Katie Goodman. Happy you guys joined us here on FanDuel Sports Network. Katie, SAFC's been pretty tough to beat here in San Antonio, and a lot of that's because of their goal scoring.
Yes, Jorge Hernandez, really creative, firepower up top, contributing 18 straight there in the USL Championship. I mean, all strikers 18, 7 of those belonging to Jorge Hernandez. Just incredible stuff up top. Of course, they've lost Paredes. That's going to throw a monkey wrench here, I think, in their offense.
The last time that SAFC was unable to score a goal was back on June 5th of 2024 here at Toyota Field. Danny Vitiello looking to snap that streak. He has 7 clean sheets to lead USL Championship, and he has 4 clean sheets against SAFC. Certainly somebody that SAFC would like to get an early goal against.
Right. I mean, actually 10 of their 10 goals in the first 15 minutes. I messed that up. I'm sorry. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. I've got it.
Yeah. So, sorry. I'm just mentally going through this in my head.
Okay. Okay.
The San Antonio Sky putting on a show this evening, causing an hour weather delay between San Antonio FC and Sacramento Republic FC. As the calendar turns to August, we check out the Western Conference standings in USL Championship. San Antonio FC coming in tonight in second place, and Sacramento Republic working their way up from 8th entering the month of July to 4th entering the month of August. Hello, everyone. Along with Katie Goodman, I'm Carl Schoening. Happy you joined us on FanDuel Sports Network. Katie, no place like home for SAFC, and they certainly know how to score goals in their home field.
That's right. 18 goals here on home turf. 7 of those coming from Jorge Hernandez. Can assure you that they are happy to see him back in the lineup. Unfortunately, Paredes not going to be making an appearance. Wrench there.
Danny Vitiello trying to change that.
Yes, he's going to be the tough guy to get past here. Really hard defense there from Sacramento Republic. Big part of it is because of him. 4 clean sheets against SAFC all time.
Now, Katie, we're going to have you break something down for us. These are two teams with very similar styles of play.
Right. They want to score early, 10 goals here in the first 15 minutes for Sacramento Republic is what has happened so far this season. Two teams here with really similar playing styles. The main difference you're going to see is the way that Sacramento Republic hangs back a little more. San Antonio FC's
The San Antonio Sky putting on a show this evening, causing an hour weather delay between San Antonio FC and Sacramento Republic FC. As the calendar shifts to August, we check out the Western Conference standings in USL Championship. Entering this evening, SAFC in second place in the standings, while Sacramento Republic has worked their way up from 8th entering July to 4th entering August. Hello, everyone. I'm Carl Schoening, along with Katie Goodman and the rest of the FanDuel crew. We're happy you joined us this evening. Katie, no place like home for SAFC, as they have quite the impressive goal-scoring streak here at Toyota Field.
Right, a total of 18 goals across all strikers here in San Antonio. 7 goals belonging to Jorge Hernandez right there. You can assure you San Antonio really happy to have him in the lineup. Unfortunately, Paredes is out for the season, and that might throw a monkey wrench there for San Antonio's attack.
June 5th, 2024 was the last time SAFC was held scoreless here at Toyota Field. Danny Vitiello trying to change that.
The guy to get past here. 4 clean sheets all time against SAFC.
Now, Katie, these are two teams that play very similarly, and we'll have you break down how similar these two teams are.
Two teams here with really similar playing styles. The main difference you're going to see is the way that Sacramento Republic hangs back a little more. San Antonio FC is probably going to be a little bit more on the front foot to begin with. But what works here for Sacramento is that they sit back, they create a lot of congestion, forces El Paso to play that ball forward, doesn't give them a ton of looks. And again, El Paso having to work through congestion and Sacramento Republic just not giving up much. Of course, they have Danny Vitiello in goal, the thorn in San Antonio's side, so he's going to be the guy to get past. Now let's look at similarities. The way that Sacramento built out of the back just there, the way they create chaos on defense. You have Benitez with a look at goal. He can take that, or he can take the unselfish approach, which is actually what he goes for, laying it off here to the very familiar Pirano, who puts it away. Now, this is a defensive matchup. Two teams who are quality defense, and this game is going to be won in the midfield. As you can see, Jorge does a great job winning that 50-50, drawing multiple defenders in. It gives him the space to get his head up, get that look into Paredes, and again, create some problems there for Sacramento's defense. It's going to have to be a lot more clinical, though, if San Antonio's going to take it here tonight.
Well, we're not going to let a little bit of weather ruin tonight's fun. Lineups and kickoff when we come back on FanDuel. The San Antonio Sky putting on a show this evening, causing an hour weather delay between San Antonio FC and Sacramento Republic FC. As the calendar shifts to August, we check out the Western Conference standings in USL Championship. Entering this evening, SAFC in second place in the standings, while Sacramento Republic has worked their way up from 8th entering July to 4th entering August. Hello, everyone. I'm Carl Schoening, along with Katie Goodman and the rest of the FanDuel crew. We're happy you joined us this evening. Katie, no place like home for SAFC, as they have quite the impressive goal-scoring streak here at Toyota Field.
Right, a total of 18 goals across all strikers here in San Antonio. 7 goals belonging to Jorge Hernandez right there. You can assure you, San Antonio really happy to have him in the unfortunately
FC was held scoreless here at Toyota Field. Danny Vitiello trying to change that.
The guy to get past here. 4 clean sheets all time against SAFC.
Now, Katie, these are two teams that play very similarly, and we'll have you break down how similar these two teams are.
Two teams here with really similar playing styles. The main difference you're going to see is the way that Sacramento Republic hangs back a little more. San Antonio FC is probably going to be a little bit more on the front foot to begin with. But what works here for Sacramento is that they sit back, they create a lot of congestion, forces El Paso to play that ball forward, doesn't give them a ton of looks. And again, El Paso having to work through congestion and Sacramento Republic just not giving up much. Of course, they have Danny Vitiello in goal, the thorn in San Antonio's side, so he's going to be the guy to get past. Now let's look at similarities. The way that Sacramento built out of the back just there, the way they create chaos on defense. You have Benitez with a look at goal. He can take that, or he can take the unselfish approach, which is actually what he goes for, laying it off here to the very familiar Pirano, who puts it away. Now, this is a defensive matchup. Two teams who are quality defense, and this game is going to be won in the midfield. As you can see, Jorge does a great job winning that 50-50, drawing multiple defenders in. It gives him the space to get his head up, get that look into Paredes, and again, create some problems there for Sacramento's defense. It's going to have to be a lot more clinical, though, if San Antonio's going to take it here tonight.
Well, we're not going to let a little bit of weather ruin tonight's fun. Lineups and kickoff when we come back on FanDuel.
When the work gets tough, the tough get Tundra. With up to 12,000 pounds of towing muscle. Power, torque, grit, and durability that doesn't back down. It's the truck that works as hard as you do. Toyota Tundra, designed for the grind.
Right now, qualified buyers get 1.99% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Tundra. Offer ends August 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis. Going head-to-head with insurance companies is no easy game. It requires determination, gamesmanship, and grit. That's why you need Davis Law Firm on your side. With over 25 years' experience, our team of around 150 in 7 Texas cities has a winning track record of verdicts and settlements, many in the millions of dollars. And just like your favorite team, we play to win. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or commercial vehicle accident, call us at 444-4444. So if you want more, call the Fours.
With over 40 unique flavors, there's an H-E-B Creamy Creations flavor for every craving in Texas. Just one more reason. Here, everything's better.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
Toyota Field, San Antonio FC hosting Sacramento Republic FC. The lightning has cleared, but the rain is coming down, but that won't stop us from getting underway. Now, before we get too deep into tomorrow, we have to talk a little bit about last week against New Mexico United. Andres Paredes goes down hard, and he's on the ground for quite a while. He gets tangled up in this collision and falls awkwardly on his knee. He ended up being stretchered off the field, and we obviously don't see him for the rest of the night. The team announced this morning that he suffered a significant knee injury and will undergo surgery in the oncoming weeks. Right now, it's announced that forward Paredes is expected to miss the rest of the 2025 season. Carl, Katie, I'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Ashley. Hopefully Andres will get back to us soon. Let's check out the Rico's starting lineup, starting off with Sacramento Republic FC. They're led by Neil Collins in a 3-4-3.
Cicerone Brano up top, going to cause a lot of problems there for San Antonio FC's defense.
And then on the other side for San Antonio FC, they go with the 4-2-3-1 formation, same one that they ran against Sacramento Republic back on the 14th of June.
We talk again about the similarities and lineups, and I think we're going to get a pretty similar matchup from the one we saw in June.
Sacramento Republic FC will get things started with the kickoff and a little too direct towards the sideline there, looking for Jack Gurr. It ends up to be a throw for SAFC's first touch. I'm Carl Schoening, on with Katie Goodman. Ashley Bahavitz on the sidelines. Happy y'all joined us. Hopefully Ashley can find some coverage from that rain. It's not going to keep the players from going out there and going hard.
He gives Ashley some credit there for bringing us some of the best stuff despite the rain and the weather. You got to hand it to these sideline reporters and all that they go through to get us these details and information.
You and I will be happily calling this from inside the press box. Harvey Neville, his switch of the pitch look as he gets the start at left back.
Fun fact for you, 10 goals against Sacramento have come in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Doesn't surprise me. San Antonio is trying to add a little bit more pressure up top here in these first few minutes. 14 goals altogether in the first half. So if San Antonio is going to score, it's going to be here in the first half.
Jorge Hernandez going across the face of goal, but unable to connect with the run. Saved from going across the end or the sideline there. And having his pass deflected out of bounds as Diogo Pacheco with great hustle to keep the threat going.
Already some good combinations early on here. Can expect that when you have Jorge Hernandez on the field. Got strongman Agudelo presence there up top to help kind of push his way through. It looks like you've got Luke Hawkinson sitting more in the middle on this one, just to help both in defense and offense in a really prime spot. Actually love seeing him there.
Pacheco aggressively manning the sideline, forces another throw. Month of July it was for Sacramento Republic FC, as that one goes all the way back to Richard Sanchez, back for his first USL Championship match since going out in injury against the El Paso Locomotive.
That missed touch, an indicator of what happens when things are pretty slippery out there on the field. So again, these guys are going to have to really take care of their first touch. That's where accidents happen. But lots of rotation for keepers here for San Antonio. Just so much talent to pull from. Sometimes you don't know if it's going to be Sanchez, Petroni, or Namani. All really quality guys.
You mentioned the rain. How does that change how players play, at least in the early goings of the match?
I think players just tend to be a little bit more timid or aware of the first touch. I think that little situation back there is a good reminder for everybody. You know, it's always going to be somebody that is probably going to have a mistouch in a game like this. But luckily, it's not pouring rain. It shouldn't change
circumstances.
Yep.
Pacheco couldn't keep it in.
Unfortunate, but a really great idea and a big switch and a great service in there from Harvey Neville. New talent from Manchester, England. Already putting on a show there.
Trying a strike and way wide. And for more on the weather, let's go to someone experienced it. Ashley, what happens?
That's right, I'm experiencing it firsthand. But don't worry, guys, I got myself a poncho. I made the mistake of getting wet and then trying to put the poncho on, so it was a little bit difficult. But that rain is coming down, and Katie, like you mentioned, the surface is wet. You can start to see it's not necessarily pooling quite yet, but you can see the droplets gathering on the grass, guys.
A bit like a slip and slide type situation.
I feel like we've seen it happen, come into play a few times already, as Buckmaster will get the corner touch. Devil trying cross.
Sometimes you see the rain cause problems on the services end too. We've seen a couple, I think, what looked like an attempted finish and then a service in that just didn't go quite right. Sometimes rain will do that. Keeps you from getting all the power that you really want on it, especially if you're going to bend it or spin it.
Well, you saw Soto and Hawkinson give it a go just to get some shots off. Last time these two teams met back on June 14th, SAFC actually outshot Sacramento 12-7, but three shots on target for Sacramento Republic and only one on target for SAFC in what went down as a scoreless draw. No one in particular there to receive that pass, as the only player really nearby was Jack Gurr, a good 20 yards away.
That's exactly what San Antonio wants. They want to create that pressure, force the services in, kind of like what you saw Sacramento do to El Paso there in that initial highlight, except San Antonio's doing a little bit higher up the field. Again, San Antonio has moved to more of a possession style versus what we've seen in the past, which is extremely direct. But they seem to be doing really well with this style.
SAFC also won possession last time these two teams met, controlling the ball 63% of the time. That seemed like it could have been called for a jersey tug, but we'll play on.
Definitely wanted to give them advantage there. They had a couple of looks, teammates they could have gotten to.
Dimmer sent it to the back line there, Kleeman. Desmond sends it over to the left side. Some surgical passing and
Christian Perano, guy who loves to hold the ball, pull defenders in, but has done a really good job of balancing things out this season, knowing exactly when to let go of the ball. It's worked really well up there with Cicerone and Herrera. Both Cicerone and Herrera holding 4 goals apiece, 3 assists apiece. It's nice to have 2 guys scoring goals up top. That's not even including Jägermeister goals either.
Just masterful control of the ball in the middle third of the field, but once again, looking ahead for Jack Gurr, he was not able to catch up to it with the super speed his teammates think that he has.
Well, he's gotten to some tricky spots before. Does a great job of getting wide, finding his way in.
Do you think some of that is maybe his teammates thinking that he has dry grass to run on and he probably has to hold back a little bit here on the slippery surface?
I don't know. I don't know if there's any holding back, really, unless it's in a dangerous spot.
Speaking of a dangerous spot, it's sent away before Pacheco could have a threat inside the box. Throwing in the attacking third for SAFC.
See Benitez sitting a little bit back there. As mentioned in the intro, Sac loves to sit back, forcing San Antonio here to cook it. We've seen this before. It's how do you find the seams getting in, and it's patience. Just keep cooking it back here. You've got time. Find clearer seams moving forward. You need your forwards, center midfielders moving a little bit faster, trying to pull players out of position rather than the zonal style of play. Of course, that's quite a bit of physical effort. Things starting to open up here for San Antonio.
Mitch Tanner.
This is also where a check-in from Agudelo would be nice to flick it on.
I think you were talking about it in the breakdown that we did at the Open. Very compact defensive effort in the middle of the field has really kept that interior passing hard for SAFC. Here's a nice back heel and a chance to get past the back line. Checa, the through ball in for Hawkinson, and he just couldn't quite pull it down as he sends it over the crossbar.
What a great example of patience there, though, from San Antonio. Did not take the bait, did not try to force it through, waited until they found the perfect seam through. What a beautiful flick on. Great service there from Diogo. Love that Agudelo decided to leave it there for Hawkinson. Just got to be a little bit more clinical there in that finish. You know, he's kicking himself for that one.
Hawkinson kept that 18-match in USL Championship play goal streak going. The last time we were in the booth together against the Rowdies with a game winner in stoppage time at the death of the match.
Hawkinson, probably one of the most underrated players on this team. I mean, if you need him on defense, he's there. If you need him on offense, he's there. And he can score some really beautiful goals.
Pirano finds Gurr. Gurr looking for a run, and it ends up going across the end line, begging for a foul inside the box there. Herrera will not get it.
On first look, it seemed like more of a collision than it did a foul, which is probably what the ref is seeing there. But let's see. Great service from Jack Gurr. And yeah, just looks like a bit of bumper cars out there.
Ati and Yaya, our official, good enough time to introduce him, decides that that wasn't going to warrant a PK, and we have this goal kick to ensue from Sanchez. Gurr keeps it in. Pirano, familiar with the Toyota field grass, sends it into touch. Last touch by SAFC.
Approaching this 10-minute mark here, you know, of course, San Antonio good on their sense of urgency. I think really the perfect balance. I think they did well not to overcommit or push or force there in the last run of play, but of course they know that this is a team that if you're going to score, you got to do it early, especially in this first half.
Soto with a great send. Checo not going to be able to catch up to it, and Vitiello will opt to allow to scoop for his back line handle.
Vitiello, 75% save percentage, 36 saves, 7 clean sheets. We mentioned in the intro 4 of those against San Antonio, and you know, for as good as Sacramento's defense it's even better with him there in goal.
Somebody who was a finalist for Keeper of the Year last year, well on his way to earning the same consideration this year. Tied for first with 7 clean sheets in USL Championship. We have 2 balls on the field. Unless there's been a rule change, we need to go with just 1. Gurr finds a gap. Soto sends it the direction he wants. No handball called as asked for by Sacramento Republic.
Dillo doing such a great job just to shield that one out. Really all you could do in that situation.
Cronali.
Again, such a shame to have Andreas Paredes out for the remainder of the season. Such a contributor into the attack. All he was able to do during the Jägermeister Cup, him and Agudelo were working so well together. He's good on the 1v1s, the breakaways. He causes problems on defense, just playing his position really to perfection. Just hate to see how it all went down.
He's with 33. Pirano had a tackle and a foul called at the edge of the 18. Pirano goes down, and we have a caution issue. San Antonio FC players are very much opposed to the call. It looks like it'll be just outside the box, so no PK, but Pirano earns a dangerous free kick.
Looking back at this, it looks like that was all ball. There was no hands involved, stepped in front of it. Maybe felt like, I couldn't tell you there. I mean, I don't know. A bit of a knee collision. Maybe it looked nastier there on the pitch to the ref, who's a lot closer than we are, but from this perspective, that did not look like a yellow. Lucky for Tainer, that was just outside the box.
So at the end of the 13th minute, Mitch Tainter, what looked like a good tackle from our vantage point here in the press box, picks up a yellow card. And not even 18.5 yards away, this will be lined up by Benitez. Michel Benitez trying to find a gap in the SAFC defense. Richard Sanchez with the toughest test of the night to this point.
Really, Benitez or Cicerone could put this one away.
Cicerone looking to swing with his right foot. Benitez has a closer angle with his left. Benitez right into the wall. Bernali, nice touch to keep it in play, then lost it right there on touchline.
Ball doing what it does best. Not out of danger yet.
Benitez shoved across the end line, and that's good old-fashioned physical football.
It's Jorge Hernandez for you. I'm honestly shocked that the Tander collision was a yellow, but that wasn't.
Even a whistle.
Yeah, not even a whistle. Definitely showed him out of bounds there.
Goal kick for Richard Sanchez. Agudelo doesn't win the aerial duel as it's knocked away from him by Kleeman. Toronto. Gurr sends it to the back line. Switch the pitch. Desmond. That is pass. Bounce off the intended target, and Pacheco sends it in for a Sacramento Republic throw.
Once again, San Antonio doing really well to defend as a unit. This is why this is going to be a tough game. Lots of side-to-side movement, minimal direct play, just a few changes in energy and speed and pace is what you can expect. Ebbs and flows in this game.
SAFC bringing the pressure, forces this pass in the middle. Toronto trying to juggle, knocked away from behind by Soto, and Neville sends it all the way back to his keeper.
As mentioned in the intro, this game is going to be won in the midfield, and a big part of it is because these two defenses are amazing. They're really hard to break down. They've done so well across the board this season. So whoever wins those 50-50s in the midfield, whoever creates the most thoughtful and intentional stuff in the midfield is going to win this.
Jack Gurr looking ahead for Perano. Tanner will beat him to the punch. Sanchez with a good split of the defenders. Jorge Hernandez has him. Another try wide left there as the threat will end. Another look at it here.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about, the creative stuff out of the midfield. Look at that overlapping run. Who thinks to do that in the midfield? He does it. He gets into a really good spot. And, of course, just Vitiello able to close off that angle. But when we talk about what do we do now, offense has changed a little bit with Paredes out. That's where Diogo Pacheco comes in. He was brought in this season to be that lead goal scorer. He's still building on minutes, still coming back from injury, and I think still shaking off some of those not nerves, but, you know, rust, so to speak, being back here in the starting lineup. But my hope is that this combination that they have up top for San Antonio is going to work some magic for them for the remainder of the season, especially sitting at number 2. Now the struggles can be staying in number 2. So much competition in the West.
These two teams right in the thick of things. Gurr looking for the counter opportunity. Toronto. Cut towards the end line. Well marked there by Crognale. Timmer. Look for his option. Toronto. Didn't quite get the run he was looking for and ends up at the feet of Sanchez.
Not too much of a test there for Sanchez. Gonna take his time, see what opens up.
Sanchez with a great throw to the center circle. Agudelo had his touch intended for Jorge Hernandez, sent to Tanner. And foul will be called. There is Jorge Hernandez was hit to the ground, and Soto with a quick restart. Physical play there by Kleeman called.
May not be the highest scoring games tonight here because both teams in the middle of the pack for goals, 22-23 respectively.
Hawkinson on a great send. Hawkinson in the area. And it slid saved there into the end line by Timmer. We're going to have a corner kick, second one of the evening for SAFC.
That is exactly why. This may not be the highest scoring game. You've got guys like Timmer just holding his own perfectly there. Beautiful slide tackle just to see that one out. Both teams middle of the pack on goals and middle of the pack on distribution. Meaning they're going to have to make the most of their set pieces here.
Hernandez and Neville. That'll be Neville who sends it short. Buckmaster chipping it towards the 6, looking for the crossbar, goes over it. I'll tell you what though, Vitiello was on top of that one if it did end up on target.
I would agree with that, but still really good look there from Buckmaster. Was probably trying to put it just behind the back line, but not mad about his decision to go long. The thing with Vitiello is he has such great footwork that we've seen some crazy powerful shots outside the 18 from distance, but he just moves so quick he's able to get there, you know, blocking shots that the average goalkeeper would not be able to get to.
That was a little bit of a collision there with Herrera, and Sanchez will collect it despite the dismay of the fans of the seemingly flop there from Herrera.
Gotta hand it to the fans too for hanging around this whole time in the rain, lightning delays, all of it. Stuck around.
This is one of the best home field advantages in USL Championship at Toyota Field.
Yeah, which is probably partly what San Antonio may have been worried about. If everyone goes home, you lose a little bit of that advantage, but I think the fans know exactly how important they are to that mission, so luckily the diehards have stuck around. Still got drums beating.
Right idea on the touch pass, looking for Hawkinson. Instead, it's intercepted. Herrera. Brano, I should say, with a nice send through to Gurr. Then Gurr's cross is sent out by Tainer, and then following up over the crossbar and a goal kick for SAFC. A little too strong there from Herrera.
Really a perfect ball there to Herrera. Great late run, just a little too much oomph on it.
Sanchez testing the back line early. Hawkinson will be whistled for the foul on the aerial duels. He pushes down Jared Timmer. Might have to keep an eye on those two tonight. They're getting physical with each other whenever they have a chance.
I believe that. Both teams ranking pretty high in yellows as well. So, you know, when you've got two possession teams, a lot of the time the goal to stop a possession team is to create the foul.
Dangerous ball, but offside flag raised. Herrera tries to sell the foul after. Sanchez gets in his face, and that'll lead to a little bit of discussion.
We've got the coach losing it on the sideline too.
I had a little trouble telling there if Herrera tripped up Sanchez or if Sanchez got into the face of Herrera there, like seeming to stumble. So let's see what the tape says.
He was not happy that he continued to go towards the ball, even though it was called offside by the ref. He thinks he saw it, and this is him having some choice words there, and then probably overreacting on maybe a clip from a cleat. But ref has his hands full early on, no doubt.
I can see where Sanchez takes a little offense to what Herrera did. He knew that he was offside and still proceeded to run into him, and that's what this conversation's about. While they sort that out, I did want to make a note about how important it might be for SAFC to get an early goal, not just to get the Vitiello monkey off their back, but San Antonio is undefeated in 36 straight league matches when leading at halftime, going 33-0-3 in a streak dating back to October 2021. So getting that early goal, very much something SAFC would like to do.
What a great statistic to lean on too, knowing that it's something that is common for them. Gives you a lot of hope when you start each game. A lot of pressure too.
Cronali was held up there, so a quick restart here for the back line of SAFC. Diagonal pass. Agudelo to Soda.
Really great check-in though there from Agudelo. That's exactly what you want to see in this matchup.
Reese Buckmaster looking for Diego Pacheco. Pacheco keeps it in play. Pacheco sends it into the 18. Just off the mark of Herrera. Or excuse me, Jorge Hernandez. Jack Gurr decides to let it go to the back line so we can stop play here. Injured Sacramento Republic players Russell Cicerone.
Cicerone down with what looks like a hit when the ball was nowhere near him. But the ref is going to have to control the game here. Things are starting to really get out of hand.
Cicerone looks like he's in some serious pain. This could be a lengthy delay. And it looks like Vitiello saw what happened, and he came all the way across midfield just to get his point across to our official.
Yeah, well, this is one of those fouls that is a bench clearing foul, you know, and things are only heating up here. So we have the ball here with Jack Gurr. With Jack Gurr, he's holding on to this, and as you can see there, it looks like Crognale may put a little pressure on him, which sent Cicerone to the ground. All we can hope is that Cicerone is not injured here. Historically incredible player in the USL Championship. Played with Riverhounds, St. Louis City FC, even Portland Timbers. It's a name known around the league.
Seemed worth his time to sell the foul that our referee did not see, and it earns a yellow card, assuming against Crognale there. Get the official estimate.
The yellow is against the coach.
Oh, Neil Collins is the one who picks up the yellow card for Sacramento FC. So Sacramento Republic FC, good eye there, Katie.
Yeah, and I think that's for the ruckus he raised, which is understandable when you see the playback and what happened and how it was completely away from the ball. But, I mean, I think that Sac was on a break and numbers down, and so may not have been a bad idea to create a little push there just to slow things down.
Single yellow card issued to both teams. As Tainter picked one up back in the 13th minute. Last time these two teams played, Sacramento Republic had 22 fouls, and San Antonio FC was whistled for 20. We'll call that one there on Timmer.
San Antonio really could have benefited from that build out, but I said too soon. You know, another thing is that it is a slippery field, so you're going to see more bodies on the ground in general. A little push might look worse than it is from a slide, but definitely the one that Cicerone took was not a slip-induced fall.
Yeah, I got everything.
Buckmaster. Checo tried to back heel it. It was deflected and a Buckmaster throw. Lucio Barone sends it to the back line and just trying to navigate that pressure that they have defensively in the middle of the pitch. Makes that a tough pass there to Agudelo, who couldn't get a second one off.
This is the congestion that Sacramento Republic wants to create.
Cicerone trying to show he's okay, couldn't quite win the ball.
Crognale with the shifty touch of the toe there, able to get that one away.
Hawkinson open on the left side. Stays on side as he pulls down the ball. He hits the deck as Neville didn't have an advantage to play to. Free kick in a dangerous spot, the edge of the attacking third for San Antonio FC.
The long touch there, I think, invited the 50-50, and the challenge just wasn't super clean.
Jorge Hernandez with a nice service into the box. Sending a touch in threat. A lot of credit there to Lee Desmond to make sure that that good pass by Hernandez didn't end up to pressure his keeper. Vitiello will have his hands full tonight with the San Antonio FC chanting crowd. And the pressure brought on by Jorge Hernandez, who has possession. Hernandez tries to send it towards the penalty mark over the head of Hawkinson. Slow roller to the sideline. Neville will keep it in.
A couple of times now trying to go with the outside the boot pass. It's working for him.
Mitch Tanner.
It's like they pretty much always have the switch on. Sacramento intentionally leaving that weak side.
Jorge Hernandez. Agudelo right back to Hernandez. Chips it towards Hawkinson. Headed out by Timmer. Cicerone. Cut off there. Great play by Barone to win possession.
Exactly what you want in a defensive center mid. That kind of grit and hustle. Not afraid to put a body on people and slow things down, send a message. And it was all ball too.
Yeah, Barone had a good solid stride with that possession. Winning the tackle.
Yeah, knows how to put the Jets on for sure.
Buckmaster works forward. Pacheco dribbles through defense and his strike is sent away. Christian Perano wins the ball. Guerrero away. Sacramento Republic looking for a play off the advantage. Timmer. Tripped up and a foul will be called as Neville got a little too physical, and a yellow card will be issued for a play previous there. As I think we're going all the way back to when Hawkinson was putting pressure on the back line and advantage was being played to. That yellow card shown to Hawkinson, the second of the evening, to an SAFC player.
Yeah, I think he tried to act like he was innocent, as they all do.
Well,
but definitely didn't slow his momentum down or move at all for the guy running towards him. Have a look at this replay, and as you can see there, nice elbow in the face. That'll do it. That'll get you a yellow.
I like the shrug after, though, by Luke, as he certainly didn't know why he was issued the yellow card afterwards.
Might be claiming self-protection. Who knows? Either that or get run over, right?
Collisions happen. Jack Gurr lines up the free kick here. Jorge Hernandez told to take a step back. Gurr with 1 assist on the season has a good spot here at the attacking third edge to send in another. Gurr lines towards the penalty mark. Off the head and into the back of the net. The goal scored by Lee Desmond. 1-0 Sacramento Republic FC.
Just like that, Gurr is going to add another assist to the list. That's a second one in the regular USL Championship season. He has 2 also in the Jägermeister Cup. Lee Desmond is going to secure his first goal of the season. Let's have a look back at that. Beautiful set piece, great distribution. He's got a black jersey on him, but he's able to redirect it anyway. Just can't give him that amount of space. And I think when you look at these two teams, we mentioned very similar style, having to convert on the set piece. That's exactly what happened here for Sac.
The captain for Sacramento Republic gets his first goal of the season, as you mentioned, and first lead of the evening for either team. Comes in the 33rd minute. Tainter with an accurate send. Nice back heel. Into the area, looking for it, and finds another goal. Pacheco answers right back immediately. We're tied 1.
Like it never even happened. You got Pacheco here equalizing, and again, this is why they brought him in. They brought him in early this season to be that guy, to be the goal scorer. And just like that, the game opens up. You can't relax, even for a second, against the San Antonio FC team. And that's the creativity I'm looking for. I love the back heel. I love the way he cuts it in to just give him a little bit of a better angle. Wasn't sure if that one was going to slip by if it's yellow, but it does. It's good. And it's a goal for Diogo here.
Diogo Pacheco with his second goal of USL Championship play. The assist there to Jorge Hernandez. He gets his second assist of the season. So the leading goal scorer for SAFC and Hernandez gets a helper this time around.
And I'm liking this combination of players that Coach Llamosa has found here. Again, unfortunately losing a guy like Paredes, but what that does is open up opportunities for other players to come in and to step up. Still some work to do to make this 3 points for San Antonio.
And Paredes, obviously, the sad news that he's out for the season this morning. He'll have knee surgery eventually. A lot of love there on the first goal scored after hearing that devastating news.
Great team chemistry to be thoughtful in that moment and to give him a shout out. It's got to give you a lot of hope as a player, knowing you still have a place potentially to come back to.
So the first goal of the match scored in the 33rd minute by Desmond, and then Pacheco comes up with the goal in the 34th minute. Maybe we open the floodgates and we have a barn burner on our hands. We were talking about it maybe being a low-scoring match.
Yeah, that's what I would have put money on. But I guess things change when you got a couple different guys on the field.
Sanchez trying to win the ball, and he's able to dive on top of them. Great threat there shown by Herrera, but just not fast enough.
You also have Jorge back in the usual more play creator role versus attacker role. He's been sitting back quite a bit, allowing Diogo to run on, Hawkinson, Agudelo to run on. Again, leading goal scorer.
Also leads the team in chances created and crosses. That back heel was something pretty, though.
Yeah, you can put him anywhere and he's going to create something fun.
Soto finds Cernali. Diogo Pacheco plays to the back line. The struggle for it as Kleeman disrupts the SAFC offense. Neville. Harvey Neville. It's to Tainter. Switch at the pitch.
Even though Sacramento Republic scored first, I feel like San Antonio has had the momentum for the good majority here in this first half. Case in point with that quick return of a goal. They've just moved well, dominated play. They're doing really creative stuff up top too.
Sanchez under pressure as he sends this one towards center circle. Agudelo was held up, no whistle. Hawkinson looking for his center of the pitch. Agudelo has defense collapse on him, looking for a pass. Peron.
Yeah, I think if they'd gotten that switch on a little bit sooner there to Buckmaster, he would have had a couple more options. By the time I got to him, things just closed down a bit. Kind of back to square one here, really congested. You can tell that they've been coached to be patient, not forcing it. I don't think I've seen them force it a single time.
I can tell by the body language Mitch Tainter did want to force it, but he decides better of it. Soto tripped up after leaving the ball, no whistle. That one bounces on a spin, and Gurr wins possession back, but it's tackled immediately by Peron, who has come up with some stellar defensive plays to win the ball back.
Peron was not going to give that up, and that's exactly who you need in that spot. Someone with a tank that never runs low.
Agudelo sees the flag come up on him as he gets past the back line. Offside leads to this free kick here for Sacramento.
Really too bad, because that would have been a really nice second opportunity. Still plenty of time in the second half.
Timmer looking for Gurr. Gurr able to get a touch on it and then way too strong on the cross, looking for Herrera. And Buckmaster will allow this one to go in. Oh, no, he saves it from going into touch.
Good pressure they put on Gurr there just to force that turnover. He's another guy you cannot give him any kind of space at all whatsoever.
Agudelo tripped up a little bit, and once the quick restart, we'll think better of and allow Neville to take the free kick. San Antonio FC on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We're tied at 1 here in what'll be around the closing 10 minutes of the first half of a game that was delayed an hour. So if you're just now joining us and wondering why it is only the 40th minute, that's why. We had quite the thunderstorm here, unexpected in San Antonio, that really cooled down the 97-degree day.
I'm sure fans are grateful it let up sooner than later. Who knows how many people would be here if it were delayed another few minutes, but what matters is we're here, we're going, we're playing. Things are feisty.
Yeah, we were joking we might not be playing until 11. Luckily, that wasn't the case.
It's hard as a player if you start warming up and then you have to stop again and warm up and stop again. Muscles get tight, so I don't think they even started warming up. They knew it was going to be a situation before they even started, so it all worked out.
Benitez versus the middle of the pitch. Christian Perano will be held up here as the whistle was an advantage played to and none there, so Sacramento FC will have the free kick.
It's Lucio Barone there, coming in hot and pretty feisty there on defense, putting bodies on people, just finally getting called for it. Again, another set-piece opportunity.
Opposite side of the pitch, Gurr got his assist on back in the 33rd minute.
Got Timmer wide open. That back flank might be one to watch.
Benitez also there for the free kick potential. Gurr will do the honors. Chips it over the head of Tainter and then into the hands of Sanchez. I thought for a second there Tainter might have deflected that where his keeper wouldn't have been able to read it.
Well, thankfully Sanchez was on his A game on that one and had some sticky gloves, able to just collect that. But Tainter obviously trying to redirect. He doesn't know who's behind him, so he's just trying to get that ball cleared, as a center back should do. Great work on Richard Sanchez just to keep that one in play.
Tainter did get a good head on that one, and like you said, Sanchez with the good gloves to make the catch. Neville under some pressure.
Luckily the rain has stopped a bit, so hopefully things are drying up a bit out there.
Neville across the pitch here to Buckmaster. Pacheco sends it back to the back line. Mitch Tanner will have to play forward as much as he wants, it seems. Long send on the opposite side of the pitch. Physical aerial duel, no whistle. Barone works out wide. Jorge Hernandez is slow to get up, grabs his back. Even though his team had possession, he didn't hop right back up.
Yeah, it was a bit of a silly collision. He's not happy about it, but I think it was a fair collision. Neither guy's really aware of each other in space. I think that might have been one of the first times we're seeing a ball forced, though, from San Antonio. We could have just swung it along the back line with a little bit of speed and might have opened up some other things. Of course, that's being nitpicky from a bird's eye view.
Yeah, a little bit of fair play there as it's sent to the back line of SAFC following the Sacramento Republic FC throw. You're pretty respectful of potential injuries.
Yeah, keeping things fair and square, at least from each team. You know, these refs, they get a lot of flack, but as long as they're calling it similarly both ways, that's what matters. Coach Collins not happy about this game. heard him on the Nats quite a bit.
Jorge Hernandez sends it across the face of goal. It's headed out. Solid defense there by Timmer to end the SAFC threat for the moment. Buckmaster keeps it in play. And the throw-in flag favors Sacramento.
Jorge Hernandez sure to slow it down too. Trying to give away any quick throws.
Pacheco has some space. The cross by Hernandez goes over Agudelo's head.
A little much on the cross, but not a great clearance.
4 minutes added here to the first half. One of these teams looking for an advantage going into the locker rooms. Bernal switches the pitch. Buckmaster.
You can see both teams starting to get tired here, just not as much checking in and movement from up top. Of course, Sacramento sitting back. It's going to eat up a little bit of time here.
Pacheco tries to play it past the back line. Sent out there by Kleeman.
Lucio Barone having a heck of a game.
Here's a cross, goes over Agudelo's head. Gurr has it go off his elbow, looking for a handball, no whistle, and he gets it over to the touchline.
The crowd loses it, understandably so. You have to see that back. Sometimes the ref will let it slide if it's unintentional. That ball goes in. There's a bit of a bounce. I would say that was more of an intentional situation, but so I'm not a ref.
I think Gurr's having a good laugh with Neil Collins on the sideline about how they lucked out, and then Collins tells him to get back to the play.
Guess he can't be too mad about how the ref is calling things with that one. Can you imagine the drama, though? A PK right before half? Been some nice entertainment.
Certainly something that these San Antonio FC fans would have enjoyed. Instead, they let their jeers be known. Buckmaster. Nice touch, and then trying to chase down that touch will lead to the foul. That goes against Nick Ross. Set piece scored earlier for Sacramento Republic FC. This is perhaps one of the most dangerous opportunities that SAFC has had all evening. Jorge Hernandez.
San Antonio loves to go backside in these situations. It's about whether they can place it, whether they really want it. Maybe they go short.
Jorge Hernandez will look towards the 18 for this free kick, though. Mitch Tanner always in the middle of something. Trying to get any advantage he can on this free kick. Jorge Hernandez faking everybody out. Between Nelson and again towards the penalty mark. At the feet and into the back of the net there. Agudelo sent it in for a goal, but it looks like that will be taken away as the flag comes up.
He was offside. He was trying to trick out Agudelo there. Excuse me, he was trying to trick out Sacramento Republic and got Agudelo in the mix, but thought maybe ref was going to let it pass by him letting it go. And then trying to finish off the ricochet. Fortunate there for Agudelo and San Antonio. Would have been nice. The smoke billows in the background either way.
Vitiello tells his back line to push out of frame. Agudelo hits the grass, no whistle, and now Gurr looks for an option. Jack Gurr. Jared Timmer looking for the penalty mark. Pulling it down to the penalty yard, looking for a strike there. Willie was not able to get it to go. Crognale heads it out. Sanchez is run into, and the whistle will be a foul called on Sacramento Republic.
Surprised that's not a booking. Typically, you've got a challenge like that against the keeper.
Herrera, a little too physical trying to get to the ball. That's a tough foul for him to take.
Yep, looks like not enough time to give them a free kick either, because the halftime whistle has been blown.
Yep, that's the half. As you mentioned, we're tied at 1. It's been a fun one here despite the hour weather delay here in San Antonio at Toyota Field. Sacramento Republic won. They struck first, and San Antonio FC striking moments later. Stick around. We have 45 minutes more fun after halftime.
John is having chest pains. What should I do?
What are they saying?
Lara says it could be a muscle strain.
No, it's not a muscle strain. It's like inside. What else did they say?
Your mama says it's probably stress. Walk around the block.
I can't even walk around the sofa. I can't even get up.
High-quality emergency care. Available near you.
3 nuns were driving through Austin and they got a flat tire. They stop in front of a frost bank. Next thing you know, a frost banker walks out and changes their tire? Hold on. This can't be real.
It's a real story.
And the nuns?
Yeah, they weren't even Frost customers.
Dude! You think I can be a nun?
Not a chance, sister.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
Love was nearly lost until Pizza Hut showed up.
Go get her. Hi, I'm Peter.
Looks like a meat lover's, Deborah.
Pizza Hut's hooking everyone up with more of what they love. Choose from 4 Hut Lovers pizzas starting at $12.99 each. Order on the app.
Lemonade?
How's business out here?
With the Tundra and Tacoma, adventures at every turn. Right now, qualified lessees can lease a new 2025 Tundra SR5 for $479 a month for 36 months. Offer ends August 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Toyota Field. San Antonio FC hosting Sacramento Republic FC. We are all tied up 1-1 at halftime. The rain has cleared and it's turning into a beautiful night. Now, it was back to training on Tuesday morning for SAFC, but it was back to Uvalde for Tuesday afternoon as the team and staff headed out to Uvalde to put on a free clinic for the Tree City Soccer League in Uvalde. This is part of an ongoing commitment from SAFC and Spurs Sports and Entertainment to uplift and support a community that is still healing from such a devastating tragedy that happened not so long ago. The kids were put through training, they got to learn from the pros and have some fun doing it. This event gave a space for these kids to be safe and have a little fun. And to be honest, I don't know who had more fun, the kids or the players, but a well-spent Tuesday afternoon that was very impactful for the club. When we come back, we'll have more from Carl and Katie on the first half.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Whoa, Termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
This week on USL All Access, big news coming out of Detroit City in the USL Championship. Sporting director Trevor James departs the club. What's the vision of this organization moving forward? Jägermeister Cup is out of control, but we are down to 8 teams. And why, oh why, are we still talking about El Clamico?
We're tied at halftime between San Antonio FC and Sacramento Republic FC. I'm Carl Schoening along with Katie Goodman. Happy y'all joined us on FanDuel. We had an hour delay, but we had some fireworks shortly after the game got started, as we have a pretty couple fun goals and highlights to show you, Katie.
Right. Fashionably late, but we got here nonetheless, and sparks have flown here in the first half. First one is Jack Kerr to Desmond with a beautiful header, slipping just past the glove there of Richard Sanchez. And then only a minute later, it's a nice little backheel pass to Diogo Pacheco. He takes it all the way, splitting defenders, sneaking that one past Vizziello. So now things all squared up. And what a homage here to Andres Paredes as well.
Yeah, Paredes out for the season. Definitely a big part of the goal-scoring effort for San Antonio FC. Let's check out some halftime numbers brought to you by HEB. What stands out to you, Katie?
Well, San Antonio FC maintaining most of the possession there. I think you can see it's also really intentional possession. Sacramento just trying to capitalize on turnovers. They've been sitting back quite a bit. I think they're going to have to increase that number if they really want a chance moving forward in the second half.
Put yourself in Carlos Hermoso's shoes. What does SAFC need to do to pick up the win in the second half?
A lot of the same. I think just maybe being a little bit more clinical in the attack, but as far as what I've seen so far, they're doing a lot of great stuff with movement. I think in the last 5-10 minutes of the first half they slowed down a bit, so it's as you move on and progress through season, you got some new people, new places. How do you maintain that fitness and make sure that you're going for the full 45 each half? When you look at Sacramento, it's how do you get a little more creative up top, and I think when they sit back like that, it puts a little bit more pressure and struggle on their attack. They don't have the room to run into the space like San Antonio has created for themselves. So if San Antonio just continues doing what they're doing, then they've got a lot of success there.
I'll make sure those get relayed to the coaches here during halftime. We roll on here on FanDuel. When we come back, we'll check out what's happening around USL Championship. Tied at 1 between San Antonio FC and Sacramento Republic FC.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis. Going head-to-head with insurance companies is no easy game. It requires determination, gamesmanship, and grit. That's why you need Davis Law Firm on your side. With over 25 years' experience, our team of around 150 in 7 Texas cities has a winning track record of verdicts and settlements, many in the millions of dollars. And just like your favorite team, we play to win. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or commercial vehicle accident, call us at 444-4444. So if you want more, call the fours.
John is having chest pains. What should I do?
What are they saying?
Lara says it could be a muscle strain.
No, it's not a muscle strain. It's like inside. What else did they say?
Your mama says it's probably stress.
Walk around the block.
I can't even walk around the sofa. I can't even get up.
High-quality emergency care. Available near you.
With over 40 unique flavors, there's an H-E-B Creamy Creations flavor for every craving in Texas. Just one more reason, here, everything's better.
Always something happening in USL Championship, taking around the news and notes. Derby Day record, Kentucky celebrated soccer as Lexington SC welcomed 8,252 fans against Louisville City FC, who's running away with the East in the USL Jägermeister Cup. Going for glory, USL Championship club claimed 7 of the 8 spots in the knockout round of that Jägermeister Cup. And of course, everything happens in Vegas. It's fun. Vegas wheeling and dealing. The Lights acquired Anthony Herbert and Mackenzie Gaines, transferring out Noel and Hal to bolster up their lineups. We pause to remember our friend and colleague John Kochel, who passed away Thursday evening following a courageous 9-year battle with brain cancer. Despite countless surgeries and treatments, John embraced life every day with a passion and love that lit up every room he walked into. A valued member of the USL HQ staff since 2015, he will forever be remembered by his big smile, contagious laugh, and his deep love for his family. John is survived by his wife and son. He was just 39 years old.
When the work gets tough, the tough get Tundra. With up to 12,000 pounds of towing muscle. Power, torque, grit, and durability that doesn't back down. It's the truck that works as hard as you do. Toyota Tundra, designed for the grind.
Right now, qualified buyers get 1.99% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Tundra. Offer ends August 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Pizza Hut is about to hook you up with more of what you love. Because when you order any pizza, we'll hook you up with a free pizza later. That's a pizza now and a free pizza later. Get even more with the Hut Hookup. Order now, only on the Pizza Hut app. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
The music about to take control, cause we do it like that. This moment so phenomenal, go and throw it on back. This music about to take control, cause we do it like that. We so phenomenal.
San Antonio FC on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And let's send it down to the sideline where Ashley the Habits has some familiar stories between these two teams.
Thanks, Carl. Yes, familiar faces between both teams tonight. The return of Christian Pirano. You'll note the midfielder had a stint with SAFC in 2019 to 2020 and then again in 2022 to 2023. Pirano was actually named part of the 10-year anniversary team of the decade, and he'll be recognized post-game tonight and given a commemorative Team of the Decade watch. Now, on the other side of the ball, Mitch and Shannon both played for Sacramento Republic FCs from 2018 to 2021. All three players put up some eerily similar numbers, Carl, so I don't know if you call it an equal trade or a fair trade, but familiar faces nonetheless.
I think it's just happy that it seems like all three of those players have found homes. They've certainly settled in since in this case for Mitch and Shannon leaving Sacramento, and for Pirano, it's leaving San Antonio. They both have not had other stops after they've left their respective teams.
Right, it's such a small world either way. A lot of these guys have played with and against each other, but yeah, really unique story here. Pirano having played with both Mitch and Shannon, now playing against them. They know exactly what to expect from him. They know he creates problems on defense, pulls defenders in, gets that ball out, and they seem to be doing a pretty good job just keeping him at bay right now.
Second half about to get started. We're tied at 1 between SAFC and Sacramento Republic FC. Jorge Hernandez will send it all the way back to Richard Sanchez to start the second half. I'm Carl Schoening on with Katie Goodman. Happy you guys joined us on FanDuel Sports Network.
Interesting to see, you know, all same lineup here with San Antonio FC. You do got a couple of guys coming back from injury with Diogo Pacheco and Jorge Hernandez. It makes you wonder how long they're going to be here in this second half. They've both been really instrumental in this game, but we'll have to see if they're able to hold up. Coach feels the need to push.
Barone with a great look ahead, and Pacheco angles this one. Agudelo in the area. The cutoff, and eventually the ball rolling across the end line. Very solid defense from Jared Timmer.
Really a beautiful flick on. Agudelo, I think, just not able to turn the Jets on and beat the defender into space. Timmer doing, again, a great job to shut things down, but that's not really Agudelo's style. He likes to hold up the back line. He likes his back to goal, take the turn, finish the shot, but still a nice development nonetheless.
Danny Vitiello happy he wasn't called into action on that threat into the area. Will boot this one across midfield. Back lines exchange touches. Cicerone, who took a fall earlier, seems to be okay as he sends it to the middle of the pitch.
Good win there for Sac Republic, just creating that turnover. See a little bit of fire coming up early here for them. Got to warn your players when you've got a guy marked tight on you, though.
Mitch Tanner whistled for the foul. Yet again, another spot for a dangerous set piece for Sacramento Republic. Jack Gurr already with 1 assist on the evening. This is more or less the same spot that he got the assist in the 33rd minute to open up the scoring. Be able to send it in with his right foot. Looks for his target on the 18. Gurr giving the okay to go. Looking for back post. Pinballs around, and then Sanchez keeps that one from going across the end line, and whistles will stop play.
Close call, great hustle there from Sanchez, but once again, Sacramento almost successful on that set piece. San Antonio gonna have to wake up a little bit here, make sure they're staying touch tight. I know they prefer this angle versus that tricky set piece, but.
Well, the whistle was called to notify everybody that it will be a corner kick here for Jack Gurr. Pirano, the short option, is marked by Jorge Hernandez. Gurr likely to send it across face of goal. Gurr sends it way long, and Cronali will head it out of the penalty area. And Cronali able to chase it down. Willie volunteers saying that that was last touched by Cronali, but it turns out it was last touched by him. Throw in for SAFC. Cronali with great hustle.
Cronali has come in this season and done a great job filling that space there with Mitch Tanner along the back line.
Agudelo had a good beat on the ball, but couldn't quite get there. Pirano. High send, and then Benitez almost heads it in, but it just goes wide.
Right before that, I was just about to say this is exactly what you don't want Sacramento Republic doing, is carrying the ball at you with numbers. They are most successful when they have room to carry that ball forward, which is exactly what happened here. Great way of just putting yourself in the right position to get that runoff there from the cross. Unlucky for them to not make it on the right side of the pole.
Gurr's had some great services this evening, though.
That he has.
SAFC slowing it down a little. Reese Buckmaster.
I think that was an indication of probably what was talked about at halftime was, you know, get some space in front of you, find a way to carry the ball, create space between San Antonio's defense, egg them on to try to be a little more direct. I mean, look at how spread out this field is right now with Sacramento having a throw-in. Lots of opportunities for them to break lines here.
Cicerone finds some space for Gurr on the right side. Jack Gurr with room to operate. Desmond has the Sacramento goal, but he plays on the back line. Benitez. Switch of the pitch, working their way deeper in the attacking third. Toronto trying to find an angle, working towards the end line. Sends it towards the mark. Goes off the head of Cicerone, and he didn't have enough power behind that one. Cleared out. Crownali just sends this one to the stands.
When I talk about similarity in playing style, this is what I mean. Things get really compact and congested in the attack. That being said, that means you got to switch things up.
Okay, Mish, back in, Michelle.
Benitez has to go off the top of his foot. Buckmaster doesn't have to move much for the throw. Richard Sanchez boots this across to center circle. Parada trying to fight in the penalty area, pushed off by Jorge Hernandez, looking for a flag. It is up, and offside called against Sacramento.
He's getting pretty physical in the box there. I'd say good call all the way around from the ref. Sacramento a little bit more pressure up top than usual. Might see things change there for San Antonio. It does open up some stuff here.
Soto got it to Agudelo, who had to handle a hot pass. Kleeman working against Neville. And whistle stop play for an injured Sacramento player.
Like one of those collisions that really and truly did have both players seeing some stars. Both guys went down holding their heads.
Jack Gurr wondering where the foul is. He'll have to settle for the holdup. Good opportunity for a hydration break on the side for a couple Sacramento players as they check in with Neil Collins. Both teams just getting their legs back underneath them. As you mentioned, they seem to exert a good amount of energy in that first half, and might take a little bit of time in the second half to get their second win.
One thing's for sure is that Sacramento Republic has a lot of luck in the final 60 minutes. 8 goals this season coming for them in the final 60 minutes, which is where San Antonio might struggle considering their injuries and changes that they may make at that 60-minute mark.
Timmer had his cross cut out there by Mitch Tainer. Desmond sends it over to Cicerone. Cicerone with some space to operate. Cuts it back to the elbow of the 18. Looking for a shot. Buckmaster makes sure he couldn't get one off. Errant pass. Ross will swing it over. Timmer. Right side Gurr. Timmer chips to the 18. Mitch Tainer there to take it. Finds it to Agudelo. Jorge Hernandez.
Talk about great composure there, just in possession and building out of the back. The confidence to take a chip, to send a harder pass, knowing that your teammate is going to be able to collect it, do something with it. I think that's part of the reason San Antonio's been so successful. They may not be putting up insane numbers of goals, but what they do in possession is really well.
You mentioned that Sanchez had to deal with some of this high pressure, that Sacramento has made an adjustment in the second half, but it opens up a chance like this. Agudelo being held up in center circle. Looking for the through ball, and Benitez will have that foul eventually called as he didn't allow the advantage to be played to. Smart interception of the pass. No card issued here, although being asked for by Agudelo.
It was a smart foul, no doubt. Give Sacramento some time to get some white jerseys back to intercept that through ball that they knew was inevitably coming. Again, Agudelo is a guy who loves playing with his back to goal. That's his strong suit, and he's so physical, there's really no stopping him, even if you are trying to hold him down.
Neville eventually pressured. Tainer thought about the long send. Instead, keeps it short here to Neville.
Has a quick switch there with Buckmaster. But again, things getting a little congested. Good to be patient here.
They're almost using that press to their advantage and trying to tire out somebody like Cicerone, who's the point of attack.
Solid point. Great point is to make them chase here, run them down a bit. Just like that.
Sanchez with the boot. Interesting play here. Bounces high at the penalty arc. And then, dangerous play there off of the head of Timmer into the hands of Vitiello.
Seemingly dangerous, but controlled, I would say. Great header back, really all you can do in that moment without just giving it away. I think Hawkinson could have been better to read that bounce, but again, they're dealing with big old bright lights ahead. Sometimes that ball gets lost in the light.
Willie with a nice pass to Gurr. Christian Perano. Timmer. Gurr. Looking for the goal. Goes off of the head of Benitez, and Benitez will be called for the foul as he goes through his defender.
Great punch out there from Richard Sanchez, who wasn't taking any chances anyway.
Pacheco might be feeling this one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. For his first couple of games back, he's spent a bit of time on the ground. Good to see him pop back up, though.
58th minute coming to a close here. Both goals scored in the first half, as neither team has really gotten too much of a threat. A lot of high pressure coming from Sacramento that SAFC is trying to take advantage of with long sends like that.
It's also exactly what Sacramento wants, is that long send. Might be a good idea to switch things up, try to move that ball with pace through the middle, in and out. Maybe not do the thing that's the most predictable. A little easier said than done when you've got a lot of pressure and guys sprinting at you, right?
I think Hawkinson was eager to get those last couple long sends to him, though. Just didn't quite connect on a couple opportunities. Great splitting of the defense. Cicerone. Benitez at the 18. Looking for a strike blocked by Buckmaster into the sands.
Buckmaster, probably one of the best 1v1 defenders in the USL Championship. Very rarely are you going to beat him on a 1v1. Just does a great job to stand guys up, doesn't overcommit. It's really been a key piece for San Antonio on the back line this season.
Gurr will handle the ensuing corner kick. We start the 60th minute. Benitez had that great header goal in the 10th minute against Spokane in the last match. You can tell he's playing with confidence this evening. Gurr gets it instructions from the sidelines before he sends this corner in.
Is it a corner kick if the ref doesn't give someone a talking to?
Well, I think we have a sub coming in. Looks like Jake LaCava will be entering the match. Pacheco, somebody who scored one of the 2 goals this evening. Let's take a look at both of them here as they both came back to back. This is the one scored by Desmond in the 33rd minute, and then 34th minute Pacheco gets it on a back heel from Jorge Hernandez and finds the back of the net against Danny Vitiello.
Some of the best stuff by San Antonio FC. Yeah, loving this creativity, the way these guys are reading each other. Just like that, you got LaCava in here for Diogo Pacheco. We knew he was going to be working with limited minutes. Got to see how this might change some things. LaCava loves running off the ball. Got lots of speed. Can expect him to take advantage of those long sends. Him and Hawkinson working really well together there on the flanks.
Keeping it short here. Neville was looking for Agudelo, who a little too physical on the aerial duel, goes over the back there of Herrera.
We knew Diogo Pacheco was going to be on limited minutes. More likely than not, Hernandez may be as well.
Very effective 60 minutes of play from Pacheco, though. We have a yellow card being shown here. 3rd time that an SAFC player has been shown one tonight. And that one will go to Almir Soto. Only Sacramento Republic FC yellow was shown to their man at the helm, Neil Collins. And a tactical foul.
Yeah, just took the words right out of my mouth. Yep, tactical foul.
Tactical foul
makes sense.
with a wrap up around the neck.
What are we gonna do, you know? But yeah, the 60-minute mark is where Sacramento likes to be. All knotted up. They have, again, 8 goals in the last 60 minutes against their opponents. I think you can see that evidence by their high press, switching things up. Teams don't know how to adjust to that.
Herrera's flop won't be awarded a foul, but he will have play stopped for him to be checked on. Fernali certainly not feeling any pain from the collision that led to Sebastian Herrera hitting the deck there. San Antonio FC fans certainly not happy with the stoppage of play. Herrera fine, walking up under his own power. Drop ball will be controlled by San Antonio FC. Tanner. Again, trying to get this high pressure to burn some energy of the legs up front. Buckmaster looking for a diagonal pass towards center circle. Kleeman. Nice job there to send it ahead. LaCava with the fresh legs, looking for a cross. Chips it towards the top of the 6, headed out. Jorge Hernandez recovering. And Jorge Hernandez was tripped up. And this will be a yellow card being issued immediately.
I think every single fan in the stands on that side of the stadium stood up out of their chair there to help support Jorge getting that call. Not that he really needed it. That one's pretty blatant. Have a look here. Not a ton of ball captured in that tackle.
Blake Willie all shin on that attempt. Hernandez will take the set piece.
Might as well be a corner with a slightly better angle.
Tonight on if I'm not mistaken, all of the SAFC corner kicks, they've actually sort of worked for this angle. So it might be something that they've worked on, and perhaps this set piece will be something that they play a little bit more directly to goal. Neville's been there to help out Jorge Hernandez as a potential option on the free kick. Hernandez sends it towards the top of the 6th. Headed out on defense by Herrera.
It's hoping to go near post, maybe get a flick on, just didn't have the leverage that it needed to make that one work. Still here in a tricky corner. If someone makes a quick checked run.
Buckmaster searching for the best option, decides to play it safe to Cronulla. Back line switch of the pitch, thought about there by Tainer. Instead, he'll look for the back line pressure. Buckmaster with a lot of space to do something with it. Jorge Hernandez at the 18, plays it into the box. Pushed off his mark by Willie, no whistle that time.
Trying to pull the foul in the box, not going to get it there. Again, San Antonio back in control here.
Ball will bounce around.
Great read from Almir Soto.
Buckmaster maintaining possession for SAFC. Neville. A lot of space in the middle of the field, nobody looking to make a cut to it. Soto. Chips it for Buckmaster. Buckmaster trying to beat it to the end line. Trying to cross, sends this one a mile high, and will go across the end line. Goal kick.
Runs into the wall there. I think a big part of that was his own momentum, but slow to get up.
Reese Buckmaster will be checked on before we resume play. Danny Vitiello, a part of that clean sheet July that Sacramento Republic had. 7 clean sheets on the season for Vitiello. Solved that streak of not allowing a goal in the 34th minute. Trying to keep this tied at 1. Herrera. Cicerone. Looking for the through ball. Gurr. And then Barone beats him to the ball and sends it across the end line for a corner kick.
Barone does not have a ton to show up on the stat sheet, but he is absolutely stellar in interceptions and clearances. Just absolute heart and grit there. Is keeping San Antonio in this game. Again, we talked about this game being one in the midfield. Big part of it is because of him.
Seems like we're having some subs relayed to our 4th official. So Herrera will exit and Corey Bennett will come into the match. Luis Felipe will also enter in exchange for Blake Willie. So you get the yellow card and Willie out as well.
Corey Bennett, a new transfer in from Las Vegas Lights, adds a lot of pace up top. It's going to be a handful here for San Antonio.
Felipe entering the chat as well as he heads inside the 6 here. Trying to see if he can provide an immediate spark. Benitez will line up the corner kick. I believe our assistant was the one being told to get out of the way there as Benitez keeps it short. Nothing happening there. Agudelo with a good look ahead to Okaba. And Okaba not able to win the ball.
Jack Gurr tracking that entire run, not allowing that one to break lines. That's what gave Vitiello enough time to get off his line and close it down. You had Hawkinson making the run, though. If he had cut in a little more, could have been a really dangerous spot there for Sacramento.
Vitiello with an unusual error leads to an SAFC throw and immediately goes right back to Sacramento Republic.
square out there with 2 silly turnovers back to back.
Game slowing down just a little bit here as we're about halfway through the 70th minute. Benitez catches up to that one. Pressure brought on by SAFC this time. Christian Pirano has his pass go all the way in here to Bennett. Corey Bennett looking for a strike, and it goes wide as Sanchez was on track on that. Made sure it didn't go past him within the pipes.
One of the first looks from distance, though, this entire game is there for Corey Bennett. That's exactly why you can't give him too much space. Gives Lucio Barone a little bit more trouble there in the middle. Otherwise, he's done pretty good at shutting things down. Just tough when you have fresh legs there to compete with.
And a push through the back there. Lee Desmond commits the foul against Jorge Hernandez. Hernandez put on the brakes, and Desmond says, what else can I do? Official expects him to control his own speed. Neville. Harvey Neville giving a shrug, wondering where to go.
Yeah, he wants to see a little bit more movement. Things are starting to slow down in pace there for San Antonio. See even Jorge coming down cleats to chalk almost just to help create something.
Benitez with some really solid pressure that led to that pass to Sanchez, and whistle stops play because that one went into touch. Very deep throw here for Sacramento. Substitute here for San Antonio FC as Jimmy Medrano will come into the match, as well as Mohamed Omar. So Agudelo exits the match along with Soto, as SAFC has worked in 3 new fresh legs here in the second half.
Mohamed Omar coming back from injury. Big, huge situation here, having him come into the game in this moment. Amir Soto's been so good in the middle. I love what he's doing there with Barone. This could add a big change in dynamic to the middle of the field with Mohamed Omar back.
Cicerone. Back heels at Benitez. Bounces around and then ends up for another throw, this time favoring SAFC.
With Paredes out on injury, it made me question who's going to be the next guy in there for Agudelo, and I thought it's got to be Jimmy Medranda. He's a guy, again, you can put anywhere, whether it's an outside back, center striker, winger. He's just got so much quality. From Colombia, played with Sporting KC, Columbus Crew. I mean, really tenured player. And he's a guy who can fire an absolute banger from distance, too. Question is if he has the fitness. He's not had a ton of minutes so far this season.
Looking for a run. Bennett will be cut off there. It'll end up at the feet of some SAFC defenders and clear it out. Nice job by Tanner to keep his composure. Corey Bennett almost with a goal, but SAFC was able to react.
Close call on that tackle. Always has me holding my breath when there's a tackle in the box, but ref was right there, so all clean to him.
Crognali putting pressure on the back line. Beeman heads it across towards midfield. Well, a big sigh of relief from Richard Sanchez after this play. You see Bennett almost got a chance off, and maybe Neville getting away with a little bit of pressure from behind.
Yeah, Bennett doing a great job to get into that box. Really shocked that was not called on San Antonio. Cleats up, tackle from behind.
And then Reese Buckmaster is fouled, setting up a free kick here for San Antonio FC. Do you think the hour weather delay plays a little bit into the fatigue we're seeing?
It might. I don't think it was too long of a delay, and they also didn't warm up and then stop and then warm up. If they warm up and then stop, that's the problem. That's when muscles get tight and fatigue sets in. But I think they gave it some time. They played their cards right there.
Mohamed Omar takes a hit as he goes after a ball. A little slow to get up.
Not what you want to see with him, who's been kind of injury prone this season.
Here it is again. He was pushed pretty hard there by Jared Timmer. Free kick. Cronali. Buckmaster with a one touch. Mohamed Omar's okay as he sends it through some defenders. I think he was really looking for Medranda there, but Jimmy Medranda not quite ready.
Again, Medranda also shaking off some rust, has had some minutes here and there. Again, one of those plug-and-play utilitarian kind of guys. Both he and Luke Hawkinson playing that role. But it's kind of that Colombian style of play, just knowing that no matter where you're at on the field, you're moving, you're creating passing lanes, you're going to get the job done.
Counter opportunity here. Bennett had his pass intercepted by Taylor. Mohamed Omar pushed off his mark by Bennett, and the foul will be called on Corey Bennett.
It's too bad for Sac Republic. Probably would have been one of the better chances. All those white jerseys up. Mitch Tainer doing well to read and intercept that pass.
Medranda with a quick restart, catching Sacramento Republic off guard for a moment. Jorge Hernandez likes to go to Cronali. Neville misplays that touch. Bounces around and will end up here for Benitez. Benitez. Diagonally out here. Cicerone. Cicerone to the elbow of the 18, into the box. Benitez looking for a cross. Buckmaster's there to keep it from going across the face of goal, and then sent across for a throw-in instead of a corner on the Barone effort.
Cicerone really wanting a handball on that one, but I would say that does not fall in the intentional category. He wasn't even looking at it. Hand was on the ground. Ball hit his hand, so I think that's why the ref would not call that one as a handball.
A couple substitutions here for Sacramento Republic as they'll bring in A.J. Edwards as well as Rodrigo Lopez. So Cicerone's last touch will end in frustration as Benitez also exits the match. Both of them gave really good efforts right there, but that'll end up going down as the last minutes they see this evening. Immediately getting a touch, A.J. Edwards with the throw. Get the feeling he has an arm the way his spacings develop. Line drives it towards the 6. Headed around, Tainer will try and clear. Barone will get it out of the area. Looking to reset the possession. Edwards. Into the area and then right back out. Lopez. Gurr surfaces it into the box. Too strong as Bennett has another chance at it, but he skies it over the crossbar.
You can see how things have changed for Sacramento Republic. Feeling, it seems they look more confident in the attack, in congestion, in possession. I think a lot of it is these super subs that have come about. A really tricky chip on there from Corey Bennett.
Sanchez sends it well across midfield. Perano looking to work it into the area, and Barone will come up with the tackle and then the clearance.
I know Barone does not have the goal, but I think he could definitely be runner-up for player of the game here for San Antonio FC. He has just covered a lot of ground and done a great job picking up on those open defensive pockets. San Antonio's going to have to be better at closing down that gap between the midfield and the back line. It's been a little bit too open there these last few minutes. If they give Sacramento too much of a look at goal, they're going to pay for it.
AJ Edwards wants a different ball to throw. His teammates really respect the distance he can put on it, and he's going to take a few strides before he sends it in. Whistles will pause him from doing so, though. Mitch Tainer trying to plead his case. A little bit of physical play against Corey Bennett in the box. Now Edwards will do the honors. Edwards lofts it up. And Jorge Hernandez takes it out of the area, and then from behind, Hernandez hits the deck, but no whistle goes against Timber. Lopez. Cross was disrupted by Barone, and then cleared out by Crognale. We're going to chase it down to Cava. And whistle will be called against Licata. Very quick restart here to take advantage, Nick Ross. Ross was very elated to see that go in his favor.
Yeah, he was. That was a pretty quick jets there from Licata. See what an asset he is there on the wing. San Antonio trying to force Sacramento wide. Did a great job there being patient on defense too.
Bennett has a play at the 18, and he'll get it past Sanchez for the goal. Bennett with several opportunities since he subbed in, comes in with a clutch goal to put Sacramento Republic back ahead.
Corey Bennett, an immediate impact here for Sacramento Republic. It's clear as day. The second he stepped foot on the pitch, he found seams, he found ways to carry the ball, and here's a 1v1 with the keep that he was not going to let pass him by. The composure to chip that ball is everything. It says so much about him. Was hoping for more of a slide on that Selly, but still a big win for him nonetheless.
Second goal of the season for the 27-year-old forward from Jamaica.
That'll be the 9th goal in the final 60 minutes there for Sacramento Republic. A team that loves to score late.
A goal in the 82nd minute. Sets up some drama late here. San Antonio FC already ready to resume play. They're eager to try and see if they can answer back just as quickly as they did in the first half. Opening goal was scored in the 33rd minute by Sacramento Republic, and SAFC answered back with a goal in the 34th minute. Desmond got his first goal of the season, while it was Diogo Pacheco who got the goal for SAFC. Now the third goal of the match scored there by Bennett. Very aggressive and not able to catch up to that one. Licata really made a quick sweat there of Vidiello.
Madronda clearly trying to take that one touch. Had he had a clear look, it would have worked. A few choice words being exchanged there.
Sanchez not taking any chances. Leaves his feet to get that grab. Buckmaster playing direct down the line. He's looking for Madronda. Instead, Desmond wins possession back for Sacramento. Lopez, one of the fresh leg check-ins. Gets it over to Edwards, looking for a cross. AJ Edwards decides to slow down the possession. Felipe rolls it into the area, cut out there by Crognale. Madronda gets past the defender, will be held up from behind. Tactical foul called here against Lopez. Next home match in San Antonio, August 16th at Spurs night, 8 p.m. kickoff. I understand the Coyote will be here with the championship trophies.
The Coyote?
The Coyote, the Spurs Coyote, along with all 5 of Tim Duncan's Larry O'Brien trophies.
Wow, great photo op.
Oh, yeah.
Coyote knows how to cause some chaos in the stands, too, so I'm sure you can expect a lot of that.
Crognale plays it into the center circle a little too quickly. Catches right back up to it. Sends it to the now diving Vitiello.
Things are feeling pretty chaotic here for San Antonio. They haven't really fully adjusted to the changes that Sacramento has made. I mean, look at right now. There's a huge gap between the back line and the midfield. Vitiello's about to send it long. Lots of unmarked white jerseys in that space because Sacramento has picked up on it. They know that's the spot to receive and carry. San Antonio's going to have to sit back a little bit more to regain possession here.
Jorge Hernandez's evening is done as the central midfielder from Russia, Dmitry Yerofeev, will come into the match. Yerofeev playing in his 10th match, all in substitution. Another substitution here will be Abdi Salim. Salim will give Reese Buckmaster well-deserved rest.
Coach must see that his team needs some fresh legs. Pace has slowed, possession has slowed. To bring this game back into their control.
Barone with the right idea, but Desmond there to put his captain's sleeve to use and send it into the stands. Ladronda, plenty of time. Harvey Neville. Looking at the opposite side, Crognale doesn't win the aerial duel. That's a tough one to take for Edwards, who hits the deck, but still at the feet here. Yerofeev. Look for the cross. It goes out for a corner as Lopez deflects it. And Edwards really took some damage. I was surprised that that was a play on, and Edwards really feeling it on his hip might pause this corner. He's feeling his ribs.
I was just going to say, a sprained rib is a real pain in the wazoo. Yeah, and it's like he got an elbow or a body check and right into that spot. Tough one to walk off and work through.
SAFC looking for an equalizer. Harvey Neville. Neville the chip, cross face of goal. Headed up by Kleeman. Yerofeev sent it back into the area, but it's punched out by Bennett. Kava with the header. Mohamed Omar sends to Neville. Keeping it in play here. Hawkinson. Neville had his pass deflected by Edwards somewhere in Toyota Field, where I imagine that one will be returned. Very generous fan returns it immediately.
They want that last-minute goal.
Yerofeev sends it towards the penalty mark. And then right to Vittorelli.
Crognale hungry for a goal, so close. Vitiello just in the right spot at the right time. Would have been a tough one to react to. But the fact that Crognale is able to get on that, and despite the traffic, is really something else.
Vitiello with a great save to keep this one a 2-1 lead for Sacramento. We're in the 89th minute.
Noticing Crognale staying up high, trying to help contribute in the attack.
Pressure on the back line. Lopez looking to spark a counter. Felipe comes down with it for Sacramento. Pirano trying to dance through defenders. Bennett gets back to Pirano. Escapes a tackle from Madronda. Timmers foul. Timmers down here as he holds his shin. while we pause for this, we'll send it down to Ashley Bahavitz, who has a little bit more on Jaeger Cup play.
That's right, Carl. You mentioned the next home game for SAFC August 16th, but the next Jägermeister Cup game will be August 20th. That's going to be at 7:30 against Hartford as they clinched their spot in the Jägermeister Cup last week. That'll be a quarterfinals game. They originally had a road game against Orange County that has been rescheduled to October 15th. Now, if they continue to advance, there could be quite a bit more shuffling with their schedule. Semifinal set for September 10th and the final for Jägermeister Cup set for October 4th. Now, keep in mind, those games are determined home and away teams by a coin flip, Carl.
Certainly a fun part of the season, though, to break up USL Championship play, and opens up a lot of opportunities for USL teams across all divisions, but 7 of the 8 slots taken by championship teams.
Coin flip sure does make things interesting, no doubt. Gotta love a good wild card. San Antonio in a scramble here.
Lopez with a good find here. Pirano in the area. Pirano finds the back of the net. 3-1, and that should do it as Sacramento Republic will come in and try and claim all 3 points in San Antonio.
You know, it feels really good to Pirano to be able to score here at Toyota Field. A space where he spent so much time here, but when he was starting to carry this ball into the attack, I could tell already he had a little bit too much space. You cannot give him that kind of space. He's really quick to beat the defender there, and it slips just by Richard Sanchez.
And as 4 minutes of stoppage time was added, Pirano gets the goal and pretty much secures a big victory for Sacramento Republic.
I also stand corrected on it being not a very high-scoring game. I think big part of that is we don't have the usual healthy San Antonio FC. We've got a couple of guys who don't typically get a ton of minutes, a couple of guys who are shaking off some rust. And I think really up until that 60-minute mark where we had to make some of those changes, they were doing really great. But now it's going to be about seeing out things these final 4 minutes.
Mitch Tanner with the most direct pass he's attempted all evening, puts a little bit of pressure on the Sacramento back line. I'm sure they're going to park the bus here and not allow or really have any interest in getting onto the offensive half of the pitch. Substitution window opens. We have a stoppage time sub here as Pirano will get a round of applause from his Sacramento teammates being subbed out here for Jamison.
Great work there from Pirano, 4th goal on the season. Also had a goal in Jägermeister Cup. Has just been such a key piece there for Sacramento Republic. You know, San Antonio fans miss him too. Always a great player, really key in the playoffs for San Antonio in 2022.
Certainly an emotional moment for him as he meets his coaching staff on the sideline. San Antonio FC trying to at least see if they can make this a 1-goal differential as they're still giving it an effort. Closing minute of the game.
Last few minutes have been pretty disconnected, a little chaotic.
Hawkinson's push looking for Canale. Duranda. Duranda cuts back middle. Neville with the service in towards the marker. Missed everybody, and it looks like a goal kick here for Vitiello. Oh no, it will be a corner as Vitiello grabs the soccer ball and he just leaves it in the middle of the 6 here to hold things up. Hawkinson passively aggressively sends that ball out of play. That one headed out. Great defense as we have another chance by Madronda. His strike is blocked by Edwards. Sanchez. Flip it over to the right side. Irafeev sends it towards Hawkinson. Devil. Perhaps the last chance to create some dangerous attacking. Sent out by Kleeman, and at least one more try here for San Antonio FC. Tackled by the fresh legs of Lewis Jamison. And that'll be the final whistle. Sacramento Republic comes in with a 3-1 statement victory. They are now undefeated through 5 matches and pick up a big 3 points as they continue to climb up the Western Conference table. Your thoughts on tonight's match?
Well, it's been a great summer of soccer here for Sacramento Republic. It was the comeback that you weren't expecting. I think they played the substitutions perfectly. They found out where they were going to find the space. They saw the gap between San Antonio's defense and midfield. They completely exploited it. They executed the job. That's the most important part. They made San Antonio pay when they had the opportunity. Big part of that, Corey Bennett able to switch things around there for Sacramento Republic and to lead the scoring.
Sacramento Republic comes up with 3 big points with 2 goals in the second half. The nail in the coffin coming from Christian Pirano, who scored in stoppage time to end the drama late in the game. So that'll do it for us here at Toyota Field. The final, San Antonio FC drops it 3-1 to Sacramento Republic. San Antonio will be back in action next Saturday, August 9th, as they travel to Las Vegas to face the Lights FC. Catch all action here on FanDuel Sports Network. Kickoff scheduled for 9:30. For Candy Goodman and Ashley Abbots, I've been Carl Schoening saying good night from San Antonio.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.